Push the goddamn button.
Alien Romulus just came out, and I just saw it. It is a movie. Well, see ya. You don't come to Real Truth for me to make you wait to the end. I hope you watch the whole video, but I'm gonna tell you straight up. No. Alien Romulus is about, I guess, maybe some teenagers, maybe some people between the ages of 18 and 23 or so. They don't want to be minors.
They're like 3 years old.
Minors, not minors.
They don't want to be minors for the rest of their lives, which would make their lives... It's a train. Which would make their lives short. These people who I get the impression don't have much, have the ship, have all they need to leave the atmosphere of the mining planet and go and explore a supposed abandoned ship that is floating in the atmosphere that nobody else. All right, they go to that ship and they find out that, well, two of them go in, just the two boys. And Andy. So Andy and the two boys go in. They go onto this ship, and then they run across so many hibernating facehuggers. They can't tell that they're facehuggers because they're like shrink wrapped. It's like facehugger in this room, and they're in this room trying to, I guess, do something with the power to get turn something on for the ship, something lights, I don't remember. These shrink wrap facehuggers start popping out. Let me back up. At the beginning of the movie, they show, I'm guessing, Weyland-Yutani people all suited up, kitted up, and they go to the wreckage of the Nostromo, and out there floating in the wreckage is the alien that Ripley blew out of the ship at the end of Alien. I would think shouldn't be that close to the wreckage when you consider that she was going this way and the ship was going that way. Then it exploded, and then she kept going that way, and then she found the alien. She noticed the alien was on board, and then she pushed him out. I don't know why now these people, they just go to the wreckage and the alien is just like encased in, I don't know what the heck. They bring him in and you see them like da-da-da-da, title card, right? Me watching it, I'm assuming, oh, you got the fossil or whatever, and you're gonna extract something and tear your ass up, right? Now, go back to the two boys on the ship, facehugger room, they don't know it, facehuggers start popping out. The room, the water, it's like flooded, and the water's up to almost the knees, maybe, almost the knees. You know, they hear stuff splash. What was that? I don't know. What was that? I don't know. Facehugger, you seen it in the trailer. Facehugger tripped that one dude, right? And then the facehuggers are jumping around. So, there are people who think that Aliens is an action movie. I can completely understand that. You see a gun, and your mind goes a direction. I can understand it. Especially since these guns were held by what? Marines. I can understand that. Pay no attention to the fact that the Marines were scared shitless and were running for their lives the whole movie. They had guns, so it's an action movie. Well, if you believe that Aliens is an action movie, this is more of an action movie than Aliens. Like, way more. Why? Because in Aliens, when the Marines got attacked by aliens, they died. They died. They were injured and they died. Sure. Not all of them died, because Hicks made it out. How did Hicks look at the end of that movie? In this movie, facehuggers ain't shit. Aliens ain't shit. These teenagers, these young folk, are better than the Marines in Aliens. Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali had a trilogy of fights. In their first fight, Muhammad Ali lost to Joe Frazier. Second fight, Muhammad Ali won. Third fight, Muhammad Ali won because they had to stop the fight. They were both in their corners at the end of the third fight, and then they stopped the fight in favor of Muhammad Ali. Joe Frazier couldn't get up from his chair. Muhammad Ali was like, I can't get up from my chair, but if that motherfucker gets up, I'm getting up. Here's the thing, Muhammad Ali had time to prepare. Even the first fight that he lost, he had time to prepare for it. You know what those Marines had time to do? Become Marines. These kids in this movie walk into this ship. Check this out. Everybody on this ship is dead. They're dead because they opened a meteor, a rock with one alien in it. An alien that they prepared to find and experiment on. And they still all lost. They, I'm guessing, created these face huggers, which means they were informed and prepared. They had everything they needed to do this, and they still lost. But these kids who don't know what's on this ship, completely unprepared, they're not dealing with, we made one face hugger, now let's make two. No, they're coming in after all the face huggers have been made, and they're better than the Marines in Aliens. Face huggers are jumping on them. Da, 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 da. What? Sure. Eventually one face hugger gets on one of them, but that's only because that person sits still. It makes me wonder how the aliens ever, how did they ever survive? Did they only face hug things that are just asleep? In Aliens, how did all those people, I mean, we see that Newt was a sole survivor. Okay, and I'm down with that. But I feel like there should be a whole lot more, because these kids, they were dumped into a nest. And they just, get off me. Back up off me. What? You, really? This movie it's going to be classified as a horror movie. I wasn't on edge at all. Why should I be? Yes, they do eventually die. But by that time, you've already shown me that what they're dealing with just really ain't shit. At the end of the movie, you got the Rain character, who, I'm glad they explained the gun that once you lock onto a target, it kind of stays locked on for you. That's cool, because it would have made it even worse. So she didn't know how to use it. He had to teach her how to use it. And then she's suddenly better than all the Marines in Aliens put together. She has no injuries from what I can remember. Honestly, to be honest with you, if I was them, I just wouldn't have, I would have stopped running. Why are you running? There's nothing to be afraid of. One of them gets face hugged just long enough to get impregnated. And of course, fast track to the chest burster, right? And fast track to it being grown up, right? And we think that it's just that one coming after them. Turns out, no, there's a whole bunch of them. Does it matter? Of course not. These aliens, when they know you're right there, they'll actually be like, hey, are you ready yet? And then if you say no, they're like, okay, we'll walk slower. They don't do that. But they do that. I don't remember which guy it is. One of the guys says, hey, oh yeah, Andy says, hey, you can't shoot the aliens because acid and it'll put a hole in the ship. We all die. And she's like, well, why did you give me the gun or whatever? And he's like, well, maybe if you just pointed at them, they'll be like, oh no. And that's exactly what this movie's stupid. What is Aliens? That movie, what they all had guns. All right, so you remember in the trailer where there's a part where the alien is like right in her face? I made a post saying that the only way she survives that is if Jesus Christ is in the movie. No, it totally, she could survive that if bad writing. The alien, uses its tail to skewer people. It doesn't do that with her. Instead, it just gently wraps around her torso, brings her up to it, and then it's like, hey, how are you doing? I could kill you right now, but instead, I'm just gonna just look at you and show you my teeth for a very, very long time. I was hoping, Fede. When Andy kills that alien that was trying to take a selfie with Rain, he says, get away from her, you bitch. He says that. He says that before, because this is in between Alien and Aliens. He says it before Ripley does. For no reason. That's not all. Sorry, I didn't mean for my voice to do this. It's not over because the pregnant girl, she got, what happened to her? She was one of the ones that got skewered. They found her. The alien didn't kill her. These things happen in the other movies, so, you know. But also, you probably tried to kill her, and then she was just like, no, pow, slapped it, and it, nah. I wouldn't put it past this movie, y'all. They bring back the black goo from Prometheus. They also bring back Ash, but it's not Ash. It's Rudy. They plug him back up, and he explains that yes, we were deconstructing the alien and trying to reverse engineer so we can get this black goo again. And they have like some video of them injecting it into an animal, and that animal, like, they killed the animal, and then the animal came back to life. They stop watching the video before they see what happened to the animal after it came back to life, but they're like, oh, okay. And so pregnant girl, she's injured, and they find her, and she's like, I gotta, you know, I'm hurting and I'm pregnant and all these things. I'm just, so let me put this stuff cacao because it's supposed to make me better, right? They do that, and then the movie, then, why'd you do this? Anyway, the movie then rips off Alien Resurrection, and it accelerates everything. She gives birth to I don't know what the hell that thing was. Reminded me of the ice cream truck driver in Legion. That's what it reminded me of. This thing is like 9 feet tall, but it made a huge mistake when it tried to kill Rain. And Rain was like, man, whatever, man. And that thing, as strong as it is, and as big as it is, and as fast as it could probably move, nah, Rain being the regular person, which is what the movie tells us, after she's been through all of this, she still has all this strength to fight off Giant Gonzalez, El Gigante. If those colonial marines had the training that Rain had, Aliens would have been an action movie. Saw it with my friend, my kung fu brother,
Jeff Johnson, real truth. For me, solid 7. I was gonna do 7.5, but I gotta subtract 5, that 0.5, because it was too much. It was too many, like towards the end, it was too many like callbacks.
That's what you call them.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, solid 7, entertaining, had its jump scares, and oh shit moments.
Okay.
And goddamn why. A lot of goddamn why. A lot of goddamn why did this, why. Shit. Look at that thing.
Right.
A lot of that.
We had the same favorite character though.
Yeah.
Andy was on point.
Andy pulled that movie.
That's the real truth from
that's the real truth.
Jeff Johnson. After he said these things, we talked a little bit, and it's like he immediately started kind of coming down from the high. So I don't know how he feels about it now, but these were some of his thoughts right after the movie. If I can find something good, I feel like this movie can be enjoyed. Like, it's a movie. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has excitement. It has good music. Yeah, it has good music. It looks good because it looks like it would have taken place between... here's a plus I can give this movie. I believe I can give the whole franchise. I believe you can continue to make Alien movies. You know, there's a lot of movies, franchises, where it's just like, why? Why are you doing this? Why? But with Aliens and the Alien franchise, Weyland Yutani wants that creature. And I don't see why they wouldn't stop until they get it. I can see them going after it between Alien and Aliens, because in Alien they establish they want that creature. Okay, I'll give it that. I'll give it that its mere existence makes sense. I'm being maybe harder on it than a lot of people will be, because I'm big on stakes. And this is the real truth. Peace.